Okay, so it seems like we have a little bit of an update on the whole Doki Bird Streamer Awards situation. Now, if you don't know, obviously we've been covering this a little bit due to the fact of how pretty ridiculous it was that Doki Bird didn't even get nominated for the Streamer Awards, especially for the Marvel Rivals category, which she was going for, right? And a lot of people have been outraged with the Marvel Rivals category in general due to some of the top streamers, not just Doki Bird, but some others as well, not being featured in this category. And some of the people being featured in here having not very many high hours in the game. I've heard some people only do it when sponsored as well. Again, I'm unsure on that. I don't watch all of these content creators, so I couldn't really tell you. But essentially, yeah, Doki Bird has been pretty disappointed in, not being picked for this. And it seems like she's actually addressed this over on stream. So, yeah, this is the clip. Obviously, Doki Bird addresses the disappointment of her Streamer Awards snub. So let's just take a look and, yeah, then we'll talk about it.
For those who don't know, we didn't get nominated for Marvel Rivals Streamer. I did cry a bit when, because like my manager's like, do work. I was like, no, I'm watching them announce the nomination. And then I was like, ha ha. I was so confident, you know. I was like, oh my god, silly Doki. Never go in with high expectations. Never go in with high expectations, Doki. And then I was like hopeful and confident because I was like, surely I'd get nominated, right? I was like, I don't know why I thought I'd get nominated. That I was like getting ready to screenshot it on my phone as well, because I was like, I can't get work done to my manager because I was like, I'm too busy. Like I have to know. Like it was like 1 hour before the stream, and I have to wait like 40 minutes while in the start. Like I forgot that flesh tubers, when not even flesh tuber, I think like Twitch streamers. For Twitch streamers, I'm so used to just like going live after my intro. Like I loop like 2 to 3 times. Sometimes you get like 2 or 3 loops and then I swap. But I forgot that like, not just flesh tubers, but like Twitch streamers, their waiting screen can be like an hour long before the actual stream. Like I forgot people do that on Twitch.
So yeah, obviously it's clear to see that she was very excited by this award, right? And she was waiting and, thought that she had a pretty good chance of being able to get it. It seems like she's promoting it quite a lot in terms of people like nominating her, as well as other streamers, including like Iron Mouse and stuff, also promoting her to win it. And again, it makes total sense. You know, she is a Marvel Rivals streamer in that sense. You go to her Marvel Rivals category, she has over 509,000 hours watched, and that is way more than a lot of the streamers that have been nominated for this award, which again is pretty insane, right? And yeah, let's keep going.
Started, I waited, I think like 40 plus minutes, and then they started announcing the nomination. So I was obviously so antsy and everything. And so like, I got my phone ready to screenshot it. And then I was like, after the 5th name called, I knew I wasn't gonna be in it. After I heard the 5th name, I was like, I didn't make it. So then I started crying because I don't know. I just thought that, people were like, oh, why are you so like, put so much into this? Like, oh, it's just a meaningless award. The thing is, I put a lot of effort campaigning for it. So like, and then it's like, I thought it'd be really cool and it'd be really nice to be like, a VTuber representative, because you don't see VTubers nominated outside of, you barely see VTubers nominated outside of like the VTuber category. So
yeah, which is true. And obviously Doki Bird, is very, very right in that, in saying the fact that essentially, she had tried very, very hard to get this award, was campaigning for it, and obviously it does suck whenever something like that doesn't come to fruition. Obviously she thought she might get it, and I think a lot of people thought that she would get it, considering the size of her fan base and the amount of dedication that they actually show. Doki Bird fans out of a lot of VTubers are very, very dedicated to her, and I'm sure a lot of them did nominate her, which is why obviously questions are arising of, is there some kind of tampering of the kind of votes and stuff going on here? Are we able to see the actual analytics? Because a lot of people have been arguing over the kind of votes and things over on the stream rewards, and me and a lot of people think that there could be some kind of changing of some of the people in the awards to better suit either sponsors or to better suit their friends. QT Cinderella having her friends in there and stuff like that, which obviously is what a lot of people are considering. Now, many people have, provided the kind of, rebuttal of saying like, hey, it's fan voted. They can't do that. But the thing is, sometimes streamers lie, you know, and not everything is sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to be honest. When they say it's fan voted, a lot of the time, you know, they could just do a little bit of tweaking. And I think the only thing, right, that makes me think that potentially there could be some kind of voting kind of changing or something like that going on is the fact that all of this kind of hate and stuff that Qt's been getting over the Stream Awards and people calling out the votes and things, the easiest thing to do is just to present the analytics of the votes and show them, hey, here is all of the votes of maybe the top 10 or top 20, whatever, right? And say, this is how they kind of, you know, came out. This is all of the votes in order on a graph or whatever. And that's how it is. That's how they got nominated. And that's how it is, right? And that would shut down everybody. That would shut down me. That would shut down everybody saying that, hey, you know, the voting doesn't seem right here. But the thing is, she still hasn't done it. It's like one of the easiest things you could do. You could still, you know, obviously, you know, continue the awards and stuff. It's not going to affect anything. You can obviously easily get the data for it showing the amount of votes, but they still don't do it, which obviously makes people even more suspicious of the fact that they're not doing it because, again, you know, what really is going on behind the scenes if you can't even show the votes? You can't even show the metrics for how many people got voted because, you know, obviously if they did show the votes and it was different to the actual kind of like layout of how it should be, you know, obviously it should be obviously biggest, most votes, and then it should go down and down and down. And then maybe, you know, it's slightly different because they did a bit of tampering. Well, then obviously it's going to look very bad for them. And that's why I'm sure that they probably aren't, you know, showing it right now. And obviously, if they do show it later on, that would be great, and I would love to see that. And obviously, it shut down a lot of people. But again, they still haven't done it. It's the easiest thing, and they still haven't done it. I don't get why. But yeah, essentially, I can see why Dokibird is so disappointed in not being able to get it. And yeah, she goes on to say, obviously, the fact that she is like a kind of, I guess she wanted to be represented in terms of VTubers, which again could also be a factor into why she didn't get picked. Again, I'm unsure if that is why or not, because again, it seems like a lot of VTubers were not very much included within the kind of space, apart from obviously the VTuber award and then the one that Iron Mouse won. I don't think there was any other VTubers apart from obviously the Burnt Peanut, who obviously is a PTuber or whatever he likes to call himself, right? Apart from that, I don't think there's any actual like VTubers, like as in the ones that, you know, we all interact with and the ones that we all watch, because again, all of them do have very big fan bases. So I'm sure that a lot of them have nominated or you know, put up a nomination for their favorite streamer, right? But we haven't seen anyone apart from obviously Iron Mouse outside of the category, which I think is pretty interesting. And again, I don't know if that's something to do with you know, the nominations and how they're being chosen, or if it is literally because you know, people didn't turn up. And again, obviously Dokibird has been saying stuff like this, saying people trying to blame my community, saying my community didn't show up or that it's my community's fault. Please stop, as you don't know the Dragoons or my community, which is 100% true. And obviously as well, she goes on to say stuff like you know, I'm not trying to say anything about the organizers. But the thing is, the people that are actually blaming the community aren't a lot of the community surrounding the Stream Awards. It's more so the organizers that are the ones that are saying this, right? There's literally a clip of QT saying, if you didn't get voted or if you didn't, you know, get a nomination, then your community didn't do good enough. That is you know, she literally said that obviously she was aiming it more at, you know, drama or kind of, not drama, but like more controversial people, right? But still, that still applies to obviously everybody else who didn't get voted in or didn't get nominated into the Stream Awards, when we kind of have an inkling at the fact that some of these might have been changed, which I think obviously then provides a little bit more anger, because again, she's trying to tell you that your community isn't good enough while also, you know, changing some of the votes behind the scenes. Again, I think it's pretty ridiculous. Now, obviously we don't know that she's changing things and stuff like that behind the scenes. But as I said, you know, a lot of this, you know, a lot of the analytics and stuff can be very easily found, very easily published to everybody to prove, hey, you know, the votes are the same and people would just get along. And I think that's what a lot of people want to see. Like even Asmongold, for example, he made a video essentially saying the fact that, hey, you know, if you show these off and if you show us the actual analytics of these votes, he would donate 100k, and I think it's gone up to 200k to charity, right? If she did it, right? And still nothing. You know, Asmongold is a big streamer. You know, she clearly saw that. And again, I think that is pretty insane because, yeah, you know, there is no chance that she did not see that. I can understand maybe like a smaller streamer saying it, she wouldn't really care and doesn't really, you know, pick it up. you know, one of the biggest streamers on the platform, I think, well, the second biggest streamer on the platform, I think it was confirmed yesterday, says that they'll pay a very large amount of money to charity if she does show off these analytics, and, you know, she still is extremely quiet on it. I think it's pretty suspicious, right? It's pretty suspicious that they've done that. And yeah, I feel like if they did release it, it wouldn't look very good for them. So again, we'll have to sit here and keep, you know, watching to see if they do release any kind of analytics. But if it does come out that, you know, obviously these were changed, and, you know, maybe in the case of Doki Bird as well, in the Marvel Rivals category, or literally any other categories as well, and VTubers are being affected by this, it's not going to be a good time, and I think it's going to be pretty horrible. But again, I do feel bad for Doki not being able to get it, because again, you can see literally by her streamer kind of Twitch tracker here how dedicated to Marvel Rivals she is. She's been playing Marvel Rivals like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, obviously there's a couple there, 6, 7, you know, 8, 9, 10, you know, obviously 10 out of all of these streams, which is insane. And yeah, she's been very dedicated to the game, and she still hasn't managed to get a nomination despite all of the community efforts and stuff. It's very weird, it's very suspicious, and obviously I think we want some extra clarity behind what is really going on. But again, the organizers still aren't giving us that, which again just makes it even more suspicious about, yeah, everything. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.